He said he couldn't speak for other organizations, but he could have spoken for us. Could be an honest omission, but I don't like that he didn't take that opportunity to say, well, we didn't do it in Detroit, which, I'm willing to accept that maybe we did do it here in Detroit. And quite frankly, I guess if we did, I'd want to know. And for whatever the successes they have, it would be tainted. And I don't suspect that Detroit did. But when JV says, I can't speak for anybody else, he can't speak for Detroit. Meanwhile, there's a lot of criticism coming out of these apologies, which feel pretty hollow. 248-539-9797. Let's get back to your open line calls. Karsch and Anderson. We go to Brian next. Hi, Brian.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Okay.
My question is, I'm curious as to how he might be treated if he is actually, if and when he goes to the Hall of Fame, and he's a Detroit Tiger. How would Tigers fans treat him, knowing about this, hypocrisy, and or how he felt?
If Verlander goes into the Hall of Fame and he goes in as a Tiger, Tiger fans would love it because it's another Tiger that goes in the Hall of Fame.
I would tend to agree, but my also thought is I'm just not sure if because Tiger fans are pretty. We really don't have lots of controversy, in the system and throughout the years, and so I'm just wondering how that would maybe go forward with the Tiger fans.
I don't know that most people, the average person, really cares. The hardcore baseball fan probably would, but I don't know that the average person cares all that much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's out there, and I think most people have kind of heard of this now. But you know what? I'm longer I've done this, Gator. We do a much deeper dive into topics than the average guy. Much deeper dive. And because of that, I think the average person would be like, hey, JV. Oh, yeah, there's an Astro thing, but whatever. Hey, JV. So let's go to Mike in Garden City. Hi, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Got a potential resolution for the punitive measures. I think we can all agree that this was institutionalized cheating on the Astros' part. So why not have all the players fine them their bonuses? Whoever was involved in the managerial side, and then fine the Houston Astro organization the entire gate receipts for the World Series. Hit them where it hurts.
Well,
we're not going to put up with it.
Because of the collective bargaining agreement, Mike, there's certain restrictions on what they can be fined, and within the rules of the game, they got fined the maximum already.
But that's for the fine part. But there's nothing that says Major League Baseball can't take away the World Series title.
Yeah.
And then I would think that there's got to be something in there about bonuses if you have to vacate a title, that those have to come back.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to look up the rules in the CBA for that. But, Mike, I get where you're coming from. I got to tell you, Mike, listening to all the Astros apologize for this, I feel like the one thing they really don't want is their World Series voided.
Right.
I think they're trying to protect their World Series.
Well, you had mentioned the CBA. That covers the players. Does that cover the owners?
Yes.
Does that cover the organization?
There's a maximum they can be fined, and they hit it already.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, though. I really want Major League Baseball to take away the World Series title. A, it's the right thing. And two, can you imagine the response from Jim Crane, the owner of the Astros, and what happened if they actually took away the title when he said, what was the quote, that, we still won the World Series. It really didn't affect the outcome.
All right, tons of feedback coming in on JV, who's still kind of an adopted son of Detroit, even though he left. G and Troy says, it's kind of like golf. Players are supposed to protect the field against all cheating. Turning a blind eye to it essentially is allowing it to happen and cheating in and of itself. Mike in Plymouth, I think Verlander is a person who is very, very conscious of his image and legacy. He will leave the Astros after his contract is up. He will come back to the Tigers to try and win a World Series so he can go into the Hall of Fame as a Tiger. Guaranteed.
I wonder if he'll demand a trade.
I kind of wonder if he will, too. I do think that JV will not resign in Houston.
No, he's always going to have taint associated with him because of this. But I could definitely see him wanting out of Houston at this point. Not that that's an honorable thing. Don't get it wrong there. I just think that I would expect him to say, all right, I got to get out of here.
He's got 2 years left on his contract, this year and next. JV said he wishes he'd said more. He didn't say anything till now. His apology is crap. That's from Nick. JV's not clearing Detroit of cheating tells me that he didn't want to drag them into the scandal. To me, this clearly tells me it is deeper than just two teams, and the Tigers were sign stealing as well. As a Tiger fan, it hurts to think, but MLB wants to bury this ASAP for a reason. That's from Mark in Rochester.
Well, I'll say this. Do I think other teams in Major League Baseball resorted to cheating where it came to cameras and something like that? Yeah, I do. And they weren't as successful at it as the Houston Astros were. So when you're successful at it, you had the chance for it to unravel because people are going to look and scrutinize over everything you do more so than, say, if the Toronto Blue Jays did it.
I hadn't put much thought into whether or not the Tigers had done this. I hadn't suspected any reason. I still don't, although my mind is opened up to the possibility. And additionally, Big Papi's home run off of Joaquin Benoit, the Grand Slam, is certainly under some heavy scrutiny. From Kevin in Harrison Township. Because, by the way, for people who don't know, the Red Sox are guilty of this as well. I'm just following orders is how Verlander answered this question. That is not an excuse for not reporting cheating. From Dylan and Brighton, imagine going to a team when he did and everybody is in on something. The possible anxiety Verlander had, especially for him speaking out against it previously so much. Yeah, Dylan, it's a tough thing to do. I think you take it to management. And if you want to not be the narc or the guy that is considered holier than thou in your own clubhouse.
Hang on a second. Are the Red Sox implicated in this, or the Red Sox just in trouble because Carlos Beltran, who played for Houston?
No, he was with the Mets.
I know. He was at Houston in 2017.
No, it was Cora. It was Cora that did it.
Cora,
yeah.
Right, I'm sorry.
Absolutely no way the title should be stripped. Cheating is part of the game. Their championship will always be tarnished. It will not be forgotten, and that's their punishment. If you strip their title, you'd have to go back through the steroid era and start stripping championships. That's from Dave. I think this is bigger than the steroid stuff, personally. Didn't impact the game. LMAO, no, it just hurt our electric bill a little bit, and we went through a lot of trash cans. But beyond that, it didn't impact anything. It's from an unnamed texter. Let's go to Kevin and Troy. You're next. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, guys. What's up? How you doing?
Good.
I think here's the reason why this is the reason why MLB is not going to do anything about that. 'Cause for the most part, I would think maybe not most of the teams cheat, but a whole lot of them do. And if you start, if they take the title from them, you know what kind of a can of worms that would just open up. And Justin Verlander, I'm willing to bet he knew what was going on, probably even before that. There's all kinds of rumors and stuff about teams cheating. And so it's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. And MLB.
Well, wait a minute. What kind of can of worms would it open up if they took away their title?
Well, you'd have to start scrutinizing every other title that was had because cheating's been going on and every player knows it. I'm just curious to who outed them. Because I think.
Well, we know Mike Fiers outed him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know.
Former Tiger pitcher Mike Fiers outed him.
Where is he at right now?
Oakland.
So my point is that it would open up a can of worms, and you will never be able to put. Once you let that genie out, you will not be able to.
I think it's pretty easy to just say we're taking this one away. We have direct evidence. We know it happened. We know this had a major impact, and we will do it again for this very violation.
Look, I don't know if it opens up a can of worms because I think it's really hard to prove these things unless you have people that come out and say something, and then you can get ahead of the investigation. And with Houston, when you go through this investigation, you find camera placement and you see evidence with banging on trash cans and stuff like that, and then people are telling you what they did. You have concrete evidence. Sign stealing in baseball has always gone on. Sign stealing in baseball with technology, maybe not so much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if there were a bunch of teams that had cameras strategically placed in their stadiums to try to gain that advantage. And different ways of relaying what you see is has to come pretty quickly. I don't know which teams did it, but I'm guessing that there is more than just the Astros that did.
248-539-9797. Boy, overnight things really started to percolate around our Lions as a local report that Matthew Stafford was being discussed in trades, since denied by Bob Quinn. Lions insider Dave Burkett joined the morning show, had some really interesting stuff to say, including a prediction about the Redskins at 2, or thoughts on the Redskins at 2, and a prediction on Darius Slay, what his future holds. Hear all of that coming up starting at 12:33. It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket.